Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is The Princess and the Goblin by Dennis Hoyle at Bellwether Games. This is live on Kickstarter right now. These are prototype pieces, and I don't even have a box, but if you check out the Kickstarter, the art is way better than this. It's super appealing art and theme. And so, The Princess and the Goblin is essentially an extension or expansion of memory, a memory type tile game, but with this dynamic of trying to escape and knowing when to take a risk on your memory. And it works really well. It was inspired by the book, which I haven't read, but I think Dennis does a good job describing it in his video. More importantly, though, to me, this is like one of those great Peaceable Kingdom games. It's not cooperative, but it has that great sort of familiar feel, but leveled in a really interesting and compelling way. So what you're going to be doing is you are a princess trying to escape some goblins, and everyone's sort of a different princess trying to escape the same goblins, I guess. But you are trying to get from the goblin dungeon to your castle or to home. And what you're going to be doing on your turn is, this is the goblin cave. Again, look at the card art on the cage, not these things. But each one of these has a sequence of map components or sort of tiles you're going to do in a straight line from the dungeon to the castle. And what you're going to be doing is, you get to see one, you don't use it, you see it, and then you place it on the grid. Now I'm going to remove this grid to pull it towards me, but when you do that, you get to see the two tiles near it. Another player goes, they get to see the two tiles near it, and you're going to work this out as you go. So I'm going to remove this, so we'll just back it up a little bit. But the other thing that's happening, and there's also goblins, nothing happens when you draw them, but you know as a player where they are. But what happens is, as you play, you're trying to remember all of these different sequences of these tiles, and the tiles, you'll notice, don't line up. And the way they line up is by location on the card, but it's easier remembered by these symbols. So, you know, you have a road map with this ring, with the diamond, with the yarn or the golden thread, and with the pickaxe. And so you're basically going to say, okay, I need to get from ring, I need another ring one, and then from ring I can get the pickaxe, and this pickaxe takes me to the diamond, the jade rather, and you just need to work out how you're going to connect that path. But again, you are doing this in your head because all this is face down, and really what's going on here, and it does it so well. I mean, this is a simple, fun little family game, but the thing it nails, which I haven't seen in many other games, is this sense of exploring. You're like with the goblin in the cave, and you're like seeing clues on the way out as you're like getting taken on walks with this evil goblin or whatever, and you're learning all these pieces, and then at some point you say, I'm going to try to run. I'm going to go for it. And then you are essentially drawing the, somehow these got reversed a little bit, but you are drawing the tiles to try and connect between the two. And as a player, you're looking to, and I'm going to try to do this, remember where all those tiles were. And there's another thing you can do, which is you have these breadcrumbs. You have each player has 4 of them, one per item, one per path type, and you can lay them on as you go. So that'll let you sort of remind yourself what's there. You're leaving little breadcrumbs, little clues. Other people can look at them. You can try to mislead other players, but you are trying to then, in one turn, draw an entire pathway without drawing a goblin. I'll talk about that in a second, to get you to the end. And in this case, I would have had to have been paying great attention, because a winning one would have looked like, I'm looking for a card that is a jade that then leads to a end, and they are just not popping up. Let's assume it was, right? But so I would have had pickaxe to jade. There it is. Okay, sorry about that. That took an extra second. I might speed it up or something. But here to here to here to here to the end. And I'm going to score for every one of these items at the bottom there, or any of the breadcrumbs I had left along the way. And some of these path cards also have little bonuses on them as well. First player done doesn't necessarily win. They're going to score, but then there's a race where they're flipping over these endpoints, that on that player's turn to speed up the other players. If they don't complete by the time these are all flipped over, they lose. If they do, it's a point comparison. There's an advanced play mode, but I think the base one is just fine. The other thing you can do is if there's a goblin card down, if you draw it, you're going to get taken back to the castle, and they're going to wipe your memory, and you're going to lose all this stuff. But if you don't draw it, somebody else can say, goblins, like literally calling you out. Like two princesses are in the castle or in the dungeon. One goes for the run, and the other one's like, hey, goblin, she's running away. And they stop her. But you need to be able to show the goblin card. So, again, I know I got a little muffled up in trying to line the cards out, but it works well. It's a thinker, and it's nice. It's a good use of theme, and it really works sort of as that leveled up memory game for families. So do check it out. Recommended. Again, these are really early prototypes. I don't usually just go this early, but look at the page. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.